This question wants you to round off 104 to the nearest 10. This question asks, round off 104 to the nearest 10. Okay, do you know how to round off numbers? Do you know how to round off to the nearest 10, hundreds, thousands, etc.? Take a while and look at the question, calculate the answer, and look at the choices that I have here to see if you see your answer. You may pause the video if you'd like and resume it to hear my answer. When my answer comes up, you may take a minute to read what I have written on the screen, and then I will explain the answer. Okay, how do you round off numbers? To round off numbers, it is important to remember that you must have only zeros up to where you want it to be rounded off to. So for example, if you want it to be rounded off to 10, if you want it to be rounded off to 10, you must only have either 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90 at the end of the number. So it can be 1210, 1220, or 1330, or 1530, or 1630, or 1000, or 1480, or 1590, or 1870, or 1850, or something like that. So you must have just at the end, it must be either 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90 to round off to the nearest 10. If you're rounding off to the nearest 100, it's the same thing. It must be either 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, or 900 at the end of the number. So maybe 1900. Okay, 2800. 3,500, 6,700, 8,500, or 8,600, something like that. So it must end with either 100. So to round off to the nearest 100, at the end of the number, you must have either 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, or 900. And likewise, 4,000, if you're rounding off to the nearest 1,000, at the end of the number, you must have either 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, or 9,000. Okay, so and so on. So I'll stop for 1,000 here, but you can round off to other numbers like nearest million or something like that. So right now we want to round off to the nearest 10. We are rounding off to the nearest 10. We want to round off to the nearest 10. So at the end of the number, we must have either, we can have 0, 0, okay, 0, or 10, 100, 10, 100, we must have either 0 or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90. Okay, this number is 104. 104. What you do to round to the nearest 10 is look at the number in the tens position first. What number here is in the tens position? That's the 0. We have 104. 0 is in the tens position. 4 is in the ones position. 0 is in the tens position, and 1 is in the hundreds position. So 4 is in the ones position, 0 is in the tens position, and 1 is in the hundreds position. So now we are focusing on the number in the tens position to round it off to the nearest 10. So we are focusing on the number in the tens position, and the number in the tens position is 0. So you can circle it, underline it or so to make note of that number. So I have underlined the 0. So underline the 0. That is the number in the tens position. Underline the 0. That's the number in the tens position. Underline the 0. Next, look to the next smaller number beside it, which will be the number in the ones position. So next, look at the number in the ones position. So underline the number in the tens position, and then look at the number in the ones position. If the number in the ones position is 5 or more, add 1 to the number in the tens position. If the number in the ones position is 5 or more, add 1 to the number in the tens position. If the number in the ones position now is 4 or less, leave the number as it is. Don't change the number in the tens position. So if the number in the ones position is 4 or less, do not change the number in the tens position. Again, if the number in the ones position is 4 or less, do not change the number in the tens position. So one more time, if the number in the ones position is 5 or more, add 1 to the number in the tens position. If the number in the ones position is 4 or less, do not change the number in the tens position. One more time the rule. If the number in the ones position is 5 or more, add 1 to the number in the tens position. If the number in the ones position is 4 or less, do not change the number in the tens position. After you do that, you are going to make the remaining numbers 0. Make the remaining numbers 0. That will give you either a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 or 90 at the end. So make the other number, that's the number in the ones position, make it 0. After you do that, make the number in the ones position 0. So okay, let's do this. 104. 104. We underline the number in the tens position, that's 0. Next, we look at the number in the ones position. It is 4. So the number is 4, and the rule is, if the number is 4 or less, do not change the number in the tens position. So we are not going to change the number in the tens position, so it remains at 0. The number in the tens position remains at 0. Next, we are going to change the number in the ones position to 0. Next, we are going to change the number in the ones position to 0. So change the 4 to 0. Change the 4 to 0. So what we have now here is 1, 0, 0. What we have is 1. That 100 remains as it is. That one is not touched in this question. That one is not important in this question. So the 1 remains as it is. The 0 also remains as it is, being that the number in the 1 position was 4, and the 4 becomes 0. So the number 104 now becomes 100. 104 now becomes 100. 104 now becomes 100. So 104 rounded to the nearest 10 is 100. 104 rounded to the nearest 10 is 100. Okay, take a minute and read over my answer. Look at the question again. Read over my answer and make sure that you understand it. Subscribe to my channel to get updates of new videos that are available on YouTube as soon as they become available. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's free. Like and subscribe, and also you're invited to share my videos. So when you subscribe, when I upload a video, for instance, if the video you are watching is Social Studies Part 2, when I upload Social Studies Part 3, you will get a notification on your computer right away that I have uploaded Social Studies Part 3, and you can go ahead and see the video. So go ahead, click that subscribe button right now. Thank you for watching. You should watch these GSAT videos over and over again until you know them from memory. Repetition is important. You can always message me if you have any questions or need further help using my email address, my Facebook page, or the telephone numbers that are shown on the screen. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.